Hey guys, today I'm in my bed, and I'm gonna do my last video in this series, which is the Pisces video, and the moon's in Pisces. It's all lining up again, but yeah, I'll just jump into it, and I will let you guys know I got a Depop shop where I sell tarot and birth chart readings, and then also I have an Etsy that I don't really know how to use, but I'll link that as well. So Pisces is a mutable water sign. It is the 12th sign. The 12th house represents Pisces, and what else? The tarot card is the Hanged Man. The glyph is the two curved lines with like a line across from it, and then the sign for it is the fish. Two fish is so yeah, Pisces is the 12th sign. So some people have a theory that it is it's got all the signs in it, like all the signs that came before it. Pisces is kind of an old soul. They've been through many lifetimes. Usually it's a very deep and spiritual sign. Most Pisces are interested in spirituality, in astrology, tarot, and if they're not, like, they definitely have very strong psychic abilities, and they have very strong gut feelings that they can trust because they just feel things very strongly in their gut. I think that, yeah, the feet is also the body part that rules Pisces. I forgot to mention. I honestly don't remember. Don't quote me on it. That's what Google's for, but yes. They are old souls. They've been through many like incarnations in this lifetime. They probably have a lot of interesting past lives, and they might be naturally drawn to more creative things. They operate more on like creativity than logic. They might not be the most like practical, logical people unless they got a lot of earth, but they are extremely creative. I would say Pisces is probably the most creative sign. Oh, I forgot to mention they're ruled by the planet Jupiter. So the planet Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion, and as I'm saying this, I'm realizing, no, they're not. They're ruled by the planet Neptune, but their old ruler, their traditional ruler, was Jupiter, and now it's Neptune. So Neptune is the planet of the unknown, and the 12th house is the house of the unknown. So whereas when it comes to houses 1 through 11, we can kind of get into a predictable kind of routine about these houses. The 12th house is what is completely out of our control, unknown to us, and it represents also like spirituality and religion and those topics. And I think that Pisces, they're very in tune. Some are very religious. They have a strong faith and they are connected. Like, they just feel that higher power, that higher self. It's also one of the most difficult signs to like teach because they're so difficult to pin down and like explain as people, because it's just the unknown. It's like what's beyond what we know as people, and it's kind of scary to think about, or depending on your angle, I guess. But there's so much that we haven't discovered as people yet, and there's just so much that we don't know, and it's probably more than what we do know. I feel like it's a lot more than what we do know. So there's just a vast like chasm of just undiscovered information out there, and this is the Pisces. They're very tapped into that. A lot of them would probably describe themselves as like empaths or highly sensitive people. They're very aware. It is a water sign, so it operates more on like emotions and feelings and also empathy. And they're very empathetic people. They just care about everyone, like every living thing. Their empathy kind of knows no bounds. They will care about like people, animal, children, and they don't really like restrict. It's it is the sign of unconditional love. So every planet has the signs that it represents, and then the exalted version, which means kind of like a higher octave. So for Aquarius, it's Mercury, and then for Pisces, it's Venus. So what this means is Pisces being Venus exalted means that Venus energy, take Venus energy, the planet of love, beauty, art, values, pleasure, that, all those themes, and kind of bring it up like a couple octaves, and that's Pisces. It represents pure, unadulterated, unconditional love, and also like radical forgiveness, radical acceptance, those themes. And that's, Pisces is kind of naturally tapped into that because they don't really have an ego. They have an ego, everyone has an ego, but Pisces is not a very egotistical sign. Now, on the downside of that, they can struggle with like their confidence, being assertive, really like their place in the world as well, because the ego does like help us with those things. So they can struggle with that, and also like having boundaries, but I'll probably get into that too. But they struggle with that, but they don't really have an ego, so it makes them really able to be like very connected, because the ego keeps us from our spirituality, like meditating and really doing the work on ourselves. And the ego is our wants, it's what we want, and like the moon is our needs. So there is a very healing energy to Pisces because they're not concerned with getting what they want all the time, and they will do things that a lot of people will not do because their ego will tell them that it's not the right thing to do. So things like meditating and being very connected to nature, and like just those kind things that, you know, there's like selfish people who just don't do that stuff, But Pisces are pretty selfless people. They will donate their time, they'll donate their money to like the bigger cause. It is the last sign, and the last 4 signs are the universal signs. So more concerned with the big picture as a whole. And Pisces being the last sign kind of sees the full picture more than any of the other signs, because the more the signs like evolve, they are the more the signs go down the line, like first sign, second, third, fourth, the more evolved and mature they are, and like the older their soul is. So it kind of represents in ages. So Pisces is going to be kind of like that end of life. I'm seeing what matters now. You know, I've let go of what my younger, like, childlike needs were, and I'm seeing what is really important, what really needs to be done. And it is kind of goes from like Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, like that. Additionally, I think I said, yeah, very sensitive people. They are just very aware of the needs of others. They can get like overwhelmed by their sensitivity. And a Pisces is going to need a form of escapism, or just not even escapism, because I think that can be correlated with addiction, but a way to live, I guess an escape is like the best word for it, but just a way to unwind and just get away from the stressors of life. They love to take baths. That's the thing I've noticed with Pisces. And myself, when the moon is in Pisces, too, like, I'll always want to take a bath. And I'm never thinking about how the moon's in Pisces. It's a very, like, subconscious thing. But, yeah, I've known Pisces people. I've been close to Pisces people. They take a lot of baths, like, often. And it's a whole, like, routine for them. And so they'll do that. There's, healthy and unhealthy forms of escapism, right? So it is, like, common for Pisces to, like, get into addiction. It is a sign correlated with addiction, heavy drinking, drugs, like harder drugs, like hardcore stuff. They are kind of correlated with this because they're so sensitive. This world is really hard for them. And I'm not advocating making excuses for addicts. I think addicts need to be held accountable for their behavior. I'm just explaining where it's coming from. And it comes from being a very sensitive soul that feels very easily overwhelmed by this world and just needs to cope. And we all have, like, our ways of coping. So, but I think that the unhealthy Pisces, they will go down the road of addiction, but they also have it in them to recover from addiction. They're very strong. They seem very soft and, like, weak and innocent, but there is this deep strength to a Pisces, and I think people mistake their kindness for weakness sometimes, but they're not really weak. Like, they can be. But there are times where you'll see a side of Pisces where it's like they are the strongest one in the room. And that is often, they have it in them. They can fall into a victim mindset, that's for sure. They likely have been victimized in their life. Being such a sensitive person, they've probably been taken advantage of and just really mistreated by, family, partner, society, whatever it may be. They could be like victims of abuse and things like that, but they do struggle with seeing themselves as a victim rather than a survivor sometimes. However, Pisces are extremely compassionate, kind individuals, very gentle, sweet souls, and they love to fantasize. They fantasize a lot all day. They come off a little spacey and flaky because they are living in a fantasy world sometimes. So they're hard to get a hold of sometimes. But they are great people. A Pisces that is healed and working on themselves is very much makes for a very true friend, a very good partner. They care, that's why. They just care about people. So they're very sweet souls. For me personally, having Pisces people around me throughout my life has softened me, because my Capricorn qualities, I'm a little hard, I guess. So it's brought this softness, and they're also natural healers. They are gifted healers, gifted psychics, gifted, astrologers. They're amazing at this stuff. So spiritual geniuses, creative geniuses. I love this sign. These are the people that I usually gravitate towards. But yeah, if they do massage therapy or anything in the healing realm, they absolutely kill it, because this is what they are gifted at. And yeah, they just want to give. They're very much givers. They give to the world. They do charity work, and they make a very big impact on the world, and I really value them. So that's all I'm really gonna say, I guess. But thank you so much for watching. Mullen is also thankful that you're watching. And I'm thankful for him. He's a cutie, but yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.